Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Isn't that annoying to hear that? Choice is yours. It's all about your attitude. Make it a great day or not. Choice is yours, asshole. I have that in my email signature. It's a quote from one of my former high school principals that he used to say it during morning announcements. He'd like talk about the game or whatever happened with sports and like academic, announcements and different things. Testing coming up. Good job studying for this and that. Everyone's doing great. And then signing off each message every day, he would always say, make it a great day or not. Choice is yours. It's all about those two beats. Make it a great day or not. Choice is yours. It's annoying, but he's right. He's totally right. Remember when I first started, I think it was high school, so there was some speech we had to go to, and the dude was like, attitude is everything, man. Attitude is everything. And it sounds so cheesy back then. You're like, screw this dude. I don't know what you're talking about. It's stupid, blah, blah, blah. Make it a great day or not. Choice is yours. We used to make fun of him, But he was actually really fucking cool. And now that I'm 36 years old, looking back at it, after going through what I've gone through, just like normal life stuff and then like some other stuff, and like, different psychological, challenges throughout life. Like it really is all about how you react, or rather don't react, and depression and all that stuff. It's real, but just read Man's Search for Meaning. It's a book by Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Don't get hung up on the man parts. For every human being, okay? It's just called Man's Search for Meaning because it was written by a man. Cisgender male, a man. Viktor Frankl, 1940s, survived Auschwitz. He survived concentration camp in the Nazis and torture and gas chambers and all that. He somehow survived. Read that book. Talks about the power of the mind and the power of thoughts and how he would see people get sick around him and he'd be like, why am I not getting sick, but these guys are getting sick? Like, we're in the same environment, we're eating the same food, same torturous surroundings. Some of it might have to do with genetics and stuff like that, but he said that he could see them give up first in their mind, mentally. He could see them give up. And then after that, they physically got ill and died. So, he talks about the concept of deciding how things affect you. We decide. I'm telling this to people constantly all the time, my entire life since reading it. And you read it in multiple texts around the world, different schools of thought. They also, we decide how things affect us, not other people. TV shows, the media, our parents, friends, different people, teachers, they're going to try to tell us how to react or how to respond to things. They're going to try to tell you what to think. But no, we decide how we react to things. He was in a concentration camp and he decided that, not only do I have a family in all this outside of back in normal life, but I have a career. He was a psychiatrist, he's like a prolific writer. He's amazing. He had something to live for in the future that kept him going, so he never gave up. Upstairs, he never gave up. And he survived Auschwitz, okay? We can do fucking anything. And then he wrote a book about it that changed the world. Millions of copies sold, multiple languages around the world. Man's Search for Meaning. It's a great fucking book. I think he quotes Dostoevsky. I can never say his name. Dostoevsky, famous author that I haven't read because it's heavy. It's pretty. Maybe I'm not smart enough. I don't know. There was a Dostoevsky quote, and he said, I love quotes. He said, all that I ask is that I'm worthy of my sufferings. And that is profound as well. And that basically means my interpretation. Everyone suffers and, has their challenges, but like, what did you learn from it? All that I ask is that I'm worthy of my sufferings. Like, he turned Auschwitz into like profound knowledge for the human soul and the human experience to like help millions of people for like generations and generations to come. That's amazing. What am I going to learn from my personal, trials and tribulations? What are you going to learn from what you've suffered from that can better not only help you, but others? Fun stuff to think about. Yeah, I love all different types of thought. I'm not just like a Christian guy that believes in God, that was baptized Catholic at 14, that I believe in Jesus now, but I think it's all the same God, whatever you want to call it. I've read a lot about Eastern philosophy as well, and Eastern religions, not only through people like Alan Watts and Ram Dass and like other sort of quote unquote guru type people that translated Eastern thought to a Western audience, but also just in general read about, Hinduism and Buddhism, and like, if you ever read Siddhartha, that's fucking great. That'll change your fucking life. Siddhartha's fucking great. The story of Buddha, but like, eliminating desire and, watching your thoughts, being the watcher of your thoughts. Look up Alan Watts too. I really feel bad for people that haven't like ingested the sort of insightful, inspirational, soulful like information that I've ingested from just like a handful of authors. Ram Dass, not only authors, but just amazing people and thinkers that, like one of a kind people. Ram Dass, Alan Watts, and then, some others. But being the watcher of your thoughts. We are not our thoughts. We are not our feelings. We are not our emotions. I can think about a thought. I can see a thought coming and then decide whether or not I want to engage in it. The Buddhists like to call it like clouds floating by in the sky. I see the clouds floating by. There's a cloud about jealousy. There's an anger cloud. There's a compare myself to others cloud. There's a drug addiction cloud. There's a bunch of stuff, and we can choose whether or not we engage it. We're in full control. There's something beneath our thoughts, behind our emotions. And remember when I first learned about the concept of being proactive as opposed to reactive. That's a big one as well. I don't react to things. It's hard not to react sometimes. Someone says something that pisses you off, cuts you off in traffic, whatever. They hit one of your triggers that you don't know that you have. We all have many triggers. Yeah, look up Alan Watts. He did a lot of speeches in the 50s and 60s, 70s. He died in the 70s, but they recorded the speeches, and now you have this whole like wave of trippy videos out there. Some with music, some without music, but just profound analysis of the human condition and consciousness. And I'm fascinated with consciousness. Oh yeah, another great one, Brian Weiss, I believe. Many Lives, Many Masters. Ha! Oh man, I gotta do a whole video about that. It'll change your life. I read that book in one day while I was on a Billie Eilish video. I wasn't in the video. I was working behind the scenes out here in Hollywood, California. No big deal. I think I should do a podcast about being a location scout. That's what I am. I'm a location scout for film and commercials mainly. It's interesting. Meet a lot of different people. Get paid a lot of money sometimes. I just waste it on fine wines and fine cheeses and fine salads. Oh man, I'm just ranting now. But look up that stuff. Don't waste your money. Save your money. Start growing a garden. I'm really into gardening now, and I'm really into cooking, Something that Alan Watts said that I love is like he would like start his mornings, he would have like morning to mid-afternoon would be like all intellectual work, and then he would like go to the market and like pick fresh vegetables and fruits and whatever meats and come back, and he would like chop vegetables and cook. And like he talked about how it was like such a relief and such a nice change from like being in your head all morning and early afternoon, and then it's like, let me go get some tangible pleasure now. Let me go interact with the environment, interact with nature, go on a run, go on some hike somewhere in the mountains, do something, like I got to change it up. I can't just stare at a screen the whole time, even if you're writing by hand on a notebook or reading books, real books. I got to change it up, They say variety's the spice of life. Not too much variety, but enough to break it up, break up the monotony. Anyway, what was I talking about? Anyway, follow me if you want more analysis about consciousness, compassion, the human condition. I'm going to start taking seriously this whole podcast thing because, number one, I don't want to work my normal job anymore, even though it's okay. Number two, I really enjoy talking to people. I'm gonna start having on guests, and I know so many fucking people out here. So many great people. Like, I'm gonna interview this medic guy. He's like 70, he still works, and he worked on the movie The Titanic, and he was like a medic, like a lifeguard in the fake ocean that they built in Mexico, and like working with James Cameron. I'm gonna bring him on, and I'm gonna bring on this other guy that's like a medic, but he, hiked like the biggest mountains in the world and started this organization, and he's like hardcore ice climber with like fucking ice picks. Like, there's amazing people I meet. I love meeting strangers, there's like, as George Carlin said, you can see the universe in their eyes if you look close enough. You really can. Like, and that goes back to Alan Watts and how we're all just one, individually experiencing the universe. We're all just one universal consciousness, but each of us is just an expression of a different, variety of the universe, and we're expressing it and experiencing it in our own way. It's very fascinating. No one else has the same reality as you do, Anyway, love and be well. I'm getting a call. Take care. Bye now.